Attraction is not always loud, flashy, or easy to recognize. In fact, some of the strongest signs that a man likes you are subtle, quiet, and often go unnoticed. While people often expect grand gestures, romantic declarations, or overt flirting, true interest is frequently communicated in ways that are much more nuanced. The reality is, a man who genuinely likes you doesn't always need to tell you directly. Instead, he shows it through consistent actions, careful attention, and the small details that reveal his emotional investment. These silent signals are easy to miss, yet they carry more weight than words ever could. Understanding these subtle behaviors can completely change how you interpret a man's actions. Many women overlook signs of interest simply because they don't look like the conventional indicators of attraction. A man might not be the one to bombard you with compliments, sweep you off your feet with dramatic gestures, or make his feelings obvious in social settings. Instead, he invests his time, thought, and energy into small, meaningful actions that show he cares. From remembering the tiniest details about your life to adjusting his behavior to make you comfortable, these quiet actions reveal a level of thoughtfulness and attentiveness that often goes unnoticed, but they are powerful indicators of attraction. What makes these signs so significant is that they are consistent and intentional. Unlike fleeting moments of attention, they form a pattern over time, showing that his interest isn't situational or temporary. He might check in with you regularly, listen attentively when you speak, or make time for you even when life is busy. He observes your moods, notices changes in your energy, and supports you quietly without expecting anything in return. These behaviors reflect emotional intelligence, respect, and genuine care. They are signs of a man who values your feelings and wants to build a meaningful connection rather than chase superficial attention. In many ways, these silent signs are stronger indicators of attraction than words because they are rooted in action and consistency. Words can be fleeting or said without much thought, but consistent actions reveal priorities, effort, and intentionality. A man who likes you will invest in the little things that make a difference in your life, even if he never explicitly says, "I'm interested." Recognizing these behaviors allows you to see genuine interest clearly, without being misled by superficial displays of affection or charm. In this guide, we'll explore 15 silent ways a man shows interest that most women miss. Each of these behaviors highlights subtle yet meaningful ways men communicate attraction without speaking a word. From the way he pays attention to details, remembers your conversations, and prioritizes your comfort, to the consistency of his support and the care he shows over time, these signs provide a clear picture of genuine interest. By understanding and recognizing these behaviors, you'll be able to identify authentic attraction before it's ever verbalized, helping you interpret actions that often go unnoticed but speak volumes about his intentions. 1. He pays attention to small details. When a man is genuinely interested, he naturally becomes attentive to the little things that others overlook. He notices how you take your coffee, the way your mood shifts after a long day, or the small habits you don't even realize you have. This attention isn't forced or performative. It happens because his focus is drawn to you. Small details help him understand who you are beyond surface-level attraction. He may remember the kind of music that relaxes you, the topics that make your eyes light up, or the things that quietly bother you. Paying attention like this requires presence and intention, and it often goes unnoticed because it feels subtle and natural rather than dramatic. Most women miss this sign because it doesn't look like flirting or grand gestures. Instead, it shows up in quiet consistency. His attentiveness reflects emotional investment. He cares enough to observe, remember, and adjust his behavior accordingly. This level of awareness signals that you matter to him as a person, not just as someone he's casually interested in. When a man pays attention to small details, he's building a deeper connection, showing attraction through understanding rather than words. 2. He remembers what you say. Remembering what you say is one of the strongest indicators of genuine interest. A man who is attracted to you doesn't just hear your words, he retains them. He remembers your opinions, past experiences, goals, and even offhand comments you made weeks or months ago. This isn't about having a good memory, it's about priority. When someone matters, their words stay. He may bring up something you mentioned casually, ask follow-up questions later, or reference a conversation you thought was insignificant. This shows that he values your thoughts and sees conversations with you as meaningful. Many women overlook this sign because it doesn't come with obvious emotional expression. However, remembering what you say requires effort, focus, and care. It means he's mentally present when you speak and interested in understanding your perspective. This kind of attention creates emotional safety and trust, making you feel seen and heard. A man who remembers your words is quietly telling you that you occupy space in his mind even when you're not around. That's not coincidence. It's attraction rooted in respect and genuine curiosity about who you are. 3. He makes time without being asked. Time is one of the clearest indicators of interest. When a man makes time for you without being prompted, it shows that you are a priority, not an obligation. He doesn't wait for reminders or excuses. He naturally finds space for you in his schedule. This could mean checking in during busy days, adjusting plans to see you, or simply being available when you need support. What makes this significant is that it happens without pressure. He chooses to be present because he wants to, not because he feels forced. Many women miss this sign because it doesn't always come with romantic language or dramatic gestures. Instead, it shows up in reliability and consistency. Making time requires effort, intention, and emotional investment. It reflects that he values connection and wants to maintain closeness. When a man consistently shows up without being asked, it's a silent but powerful expression of attraction. His saying, through action, that you matter enough to be included in his life. This kind of behavior builds trust and signals long-term interest more clearly than words ever could. 4. He checks on you consistently. When a man is genuinely interested, checking on you becomes a habit rather than an obligation. He doesn't disappear for long periods and then return with excuses. Instead, he reaches out regularly, even when there's no specific reason to do so. A simple message asking how your day is going or whether you're feeling okay may seem small, but consistency is what makes it meaningful. This behavior shows that you occupy his thoughts and that your well-being matters to him. He isn't checking in to control or monitor you. He's doing it because he cares and wants to stay emotionally connected. Many women overlook this sign because it feels subtle and ordinary, but consistency requires intention. It takes effort to maintain regular contact, especially in a busy life. When a man checks on you consistently, he's quietly expressing emotional availability and reliability. He wants to be part of your daily world, even in small ways. This steady presence builds trust and emotional safety, showing that his interest isn't momentary or situational. It's ongoing and genuine. 5. He listens more than he talks. A man who is truly interested in you will often listen more than he speaks. Instead of dominating conversations or steering everything back to himself, he gives you space to express your thoughts and feelings. He asks questions, stays engaged, and remembers what you share. Listening requires patience and presence, and it shows that he values your perspective. Many women miss this sign because it doesn't look flashy or romantic, but it's one of the strongest indicators of emotional interest. When he listens attentively, he's showing respect and curiosity about who you are. He isn't trying to impress you with words. He's trying to understand you. This creates a sense of being heard and valued, which strengthens emotional connection. A man who listens more than he talks is emotionally invested, showing attraction through empathy and attentiveness rather than performance. 6. He adjusts his behavior around you. When a man likes you, he naturally becomes more aware of how his actions affect you. He may soften his tone, be more patient, or avoid behaviors that could make you uncomfortable. This adjustment isn't about pretending to be someone else. It's about consideration. He wants you to feel comfortable, respected, and at ease around him. Many women overlook this sign because the changes can be subtle. He might become more attentive, more reliable, or more thoughtful in small ways. Adjusting behavior requires awareness and effort, which indicates genuine care. It shows that your presence matters enough for him to adapt. This kind of consideration reflects emotional maturity and attraction rooted in respect. By adjusting his behavior, he's silently communicating that your comfort and feelings are important to him, even without saying it directly. 7. he notices your mood changes. A man who is truly interested in you pays attention to your emotional shifts, even when you think no one is noticing. He observes when you're quiet, when you seem stressed, or when something lights you up. This awareness shows that he is emotionally attuned and cares about your well-being. Instead of dismissing your mood swings, he adjusts his behavior to make you feel supported and comfortable. He might ask gently if you're okay, offer help without being asked, or simply be present to provide silent reassurance. Many women miss this sign because it doesn't always come with overt gestures or words. It's subtle, like noticing the difference in your smile or the energy in your voice. Recognizing your mood changes requires attentiveness and empathy, which are clear indicators of attraction and investment. This behavior demonstrates that he values your feelings and wants to ensure you feel understood and cared for. By noticing your moods, he builds a quiet but strong emotional connection, signaling interest without needing to say it outright. It's a sign that is not only attracted to you but also emotionally invested in your happiness and comfort. 8. He supports you quietly. Support doesn't always need to be loud or public. A man who likes you often shows his care by supporting you in ways you may barely notice. He helps you when you're overwhelmed, provides guidance when you need it, or steps in during stressful situations without seeking recognition. This quiet support is often consistent and selfless, signaling genuine interest and emotional investment. Many women miss this sign because it doesn't come with grand gestures or overt declarations of affection. Instead, it shows up in thoughtful actions, helping you carry a heavy task, remembering important deadlines, or being emotionally present when you need someone to listen. Quiet support demonstrates respect, care, and reliability, qualities that indicate he is seriously interested. By supporting you silently, he builds trust and connection while expressing his attraction through action rather than words. It's a subtle, meaningful way of showing that he values your happiness and wants to be part of your life in a way that feels natural and dependable. 9. He includes you in his plans. A man who is attracted to you often wants to make you part of his world, and one of the clearest signs is when he includes you in his plans. This could be inviting you to events, sharing activities he enjoys, or thinking of you when making future arrangements. Inclusion signals that he sees you as important and wants you to be present in his life, not just occasionally but consistently. Many women overlook this sign because it can feel casual or mundane, like a simple "do you want to come?" Yet, it reflects intentionality and care. By including you in his plans, he shows that he values your company and wants to create shared experiences. It's an indirect way of expressing attraction, signaling that he envisions you in his life beyond fleeting moments. This habit reflects thoughtfulness, interest, and a desire for deeper connection, all of which are hallmarks of genuine emotional investment. When a man makes you part of his plans, he's quietly saying that you matter, and he wants to make space for you in his world. 10. He protects your feelings. A man who is genuinely interested in you will go out of his way to protect your emotions. He's careful with his words, avoids making jokes at your expense, and ensures that his actions don't cause you unnecessary stress or discomfort. This protective behavior often shows up subtly. He might step in during difficult conversations, shield you from unnecessary criticism, or gently redirect situations that could upset you. Many women miss this sign because it doesn't come with dramatic gestures. It's quiet and consistent. Protecting your feelings reflects emotional intelligence and empathy, demonstrating that he cares not just about being liked, but about your emotional well-being. This kind of attentiveness requires patience and thoughtfulness, as he balances expressing himself while keeping your comfort in mind. By prioritizing your feelings, he shows that he values you as a person and is invested in building trust and safety in the relationship. It's a silent, meaningful way to express attraction and care. 11. He mirrors your energy. Mirroring is a subtle but powerful sign of interest. When a man likes you, he naturally mirrors your energy, tone, and gestures. If you're excited and animated, he becomes lively. If you're calm and reflective, he mirrors that calmness. This subconscious behavior shows that he's attuned to you and wants to create harmony in your interactions. Mirroring is a way of establishing connection and comfort. It signals that he is emotionally present and invested in understanding your state of mind. Many women miss this sign because it feels natural, almost like chemistry, rather than deliberate. By adapting his energy to match yours, he creates a sense of closeness and synchronicity, building trust and emotional intimacy. This subtle alignment demonstrates his attraction, showing that he's paying attention, valuing your presence, and striving to make interactions with him feel effortless and comfortable. 12. He shows interest without flirting. A man who truly likes you doesn't always rely on obvious flirting to show attraction. Instead, he communicates interest through thoughtful gestures, attentiveness, and consistent presence. He may engage deeply in conversations, remember details about your life, or go out of his way to make you feel supported and valued. These actions are often quieter than playful teasing or obvious compliments, but they carry significant weight. Many women overlook this form of interest because it doesn't match the stereotypical signs of flirting. However, these subtle behaviors demonstrate genuine attraction and emotional investment. By showing care without overt flirtation, he conveys that his feelings are sincere and grounded in respect rather than casual desire. This quiet approach builds trust and emotional connection, making his interest more meaningful and long-lasting. 13. He prioritizes your comfort. A man who genuinely likes you will make your comfort a priority, often without needing to be asked. He notices when something makes you uneasy and adjusts his behavior accordingly. Whether it's choosing a quiet place to talk, avoiding topics that stress you out, or simply being patient when you need space, he puts thought into making sure you feel safe and at ease. Prioritizing your comfort isn't just about physical surroundings. It extends to emotional support as well. He considers how his words, actions, and even tone of voice might affect you, carefully tailoring his behavior so that you feel respected and valued. Many women miss this sign because it's subtle and often goes unnoticed. It doesn't always look dramatic or romantic. However, consistently prioritizing your comfort is a clear indicator of emotional intelligence, respect, and genuine attraction. It demonstrates that he values your well-being as much as his desire to express interest, showing that his feelings are rooted in care and thoughtfulness rather than self-interest. By ensuring you feel comfortable in every interaction, he silently communicates that your happiness and peace of mind matter deeply to him, making this one of the most understated yet powerful signs of interest. 14. He stays even when it's inconvenient. One of the clearest ways a man shows interest is by sticking around, even when it's inconvenient or requires effort on his part. Life is busy, and showing up consistently, whether for support, conversation, or shared experiences, demonstrates that you are a priority to him. He doesn't wait for perfect conditions or expect things to be easy. He invests time and energy simply because he cares. Many women overlook this sign because it can feel routine or subtle, but it reveals genuine dedication. Staying when it's inconvenient shows that his interest isn't superficial or situational. It's a conscious choice to be present, even when circumstances are challenging. This patience, reliability, and willingness to invest effort reflect emotional maturity and a long-term mindset. By being there when it's not easy, he signals that his attraction is meaningful and grounded in respect, care, and commitment. It's one of the most powerful silent ways a man communicates interest, proving that his actions align with his intentions. 15. He shows consistency over time. Consistency is one of the strongest indicators of genuine interest. A man who likes you will demonstrate care, attention, and reliability repeatedly, not just in isolated moments. He consistently checks in, remembers details, supports you, and shows up for you emotionally and physically. This long-term pattern is different from occasional attention or sporadic gestures. It demonstrates that his interest is stable, intentional, and authentic. Many women miss this sign because it can feel ordinary or routine. But consistency builds trust and emotional security. It shows that his feelings are not fleeting, that he prioritizes you over time, and that he is invested in maintaining a meaningful connection. Through consistent actions, he silently communicates commitment, patience, and genuine attraction. When a man's behavior remains steady and dependable, it's a clear signal that his interest is real, thoughtful, and deeply rooted, making consistency one of the most reliable silent signs of attraction you can notice.